Hello, Internet. JD here, and this is BrainWorks. Let's get started. A couple months ago, Apple revealed a new operating system to the world. I'm sure most, if not all of you, know exactly what I'm talking about. And if that's what you're thinking, then that's what we're doing today. A side by side run through of OS X Yosemite as compared to Mavericks to show all the Mac users in the world exactly what the update means to you. Now, let's get into this. So, as promised, what you are looking at is the Yosemite Beta. Now, bear in mind, this is indeed a beta. So there will be glitches. There will be things that don't work at 100%. Like, for instance, this is odd because 9 times out of 10, when I log into this account, the Launchpad icon is invisible. Yes, it is an invisible Launchpad icon. Invisible. It's a glitch. Apparently, it's not a permanent glitch because it's here now, but I don't want to see any oh my god, the icons don't work, never buy a MacBook, they're trash in the comment section. Look, it's beta. This is not a finished product. There is no finished product yet. Learn it, love it, understand it. Let's move on. So, now that we got that out of the way for the trolls, upon first looking at it, what do you notice? Other than a giant rock, what you notice first is what is popping out the very least, and that is the icons and the colors. The colors and the icons have been pushed down, flattened out, and simplified to a more appealing look. Where there was before shine and reflection and gloss, there is now just gray or just green or just blue. Simple, very. I like it. That's been the general theme for the past few years amongst software developers of all kinds, whether it be smartphones or computers or tablets or whatever you have, you may use, whatever. Everything has been being flattened out because the consumers want it that way, and it's better that way. Let's not have another HTC since 3.0. Do you remember that? Yeah, it was disgusting. Now, if you open the Launchpad, you will see a trend that Apple has adopted amongst the entirety, yes, the entirety of Yosemite in every single application, almost every single application, one way or another, you will see this translucent gradient somewhere. It's a nice touch. It adds to the meshy, flatty look. Flatty, is that a word? The meshy, flat look of the new operating system. That's much better. Meshy, flat look of the new operating system, and it in general looks pretty decent. To give you an example, if we open the reminders application. Now, do you remember the old reminders application from Mavericks? If not, I'll have one on the screen for you to look at. It's black, it's gray, and honestly, it's quite ugly. I have never in my life used the reminders application in Mavericks. Never once. And I didn't think it was because of the way it looked, but getting this beta and opening this reminders application makes me want to use it. I want to go in and remind myself of something important because it looks so great. Here's that translucent look again. You can actually see the wallpaper moving up under, well, the application moving over the top of the wallpaper if you look close enough. This application is a reminders application that should have been on Mavericks because that one was less than pleasing to the eye. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people like the glossy, reflecty, gradienty look that comes with older software, but the world is moving in a different direction. and I understand that aesthetic desires will change from person to person, but a general consensus will confirm that this in general just looks better. I mean, even the buttons, you have flat red, yellow, and green, whereas in Mavericks you had convex looking buttons that appeared to pop out of the application. Now that's by no means ugly, but I just feel like this is better. In my opinion, the flat look is better. Yes, people, opinion, because I am, oh, hiccups, I am human, and I am not 100% unbiased. Get over it. This, by the way, is not the same Safari application from Mavericks. Safari has been redone. And not just here, but you can see here, whereas before you had a big showy case of favorite websites that almost surrounded you in a globe of websites and their thumbnails. Now you have a list of favorites and their icons. Boom. Right again over the top of that translucent background that is present in all of Yosemite, like in everything, it's there. But it's not just there. Let's go to YouTube. Let's watch Happy Wheels by PewDiePie. People like PewDiePie, right? Unfortunately, I've never seen a single episode of anything that he's done. I don't dislike him at all. I just have literally no reason to watch. But anyway, if you didn't notice it, the like and dislike buttons are on the other side now. Whereas they were here before, the add, share, and more buttons were all here. And they in general have a different look. The entire page does, really. Now, I don't understand. I'm not quite sure how that works because YouTube makes the website and Apple makes Safari the browser, but it's different, and it's different because of the browser. So my point is, in spaces that you might not expect it to be, deep within the operating system, you'll find little tiny things that change from Mavericks to Yosemite. Let's take a look into maps. Now, Apple Maps it's never been just the number one place to be for directions or whatnot, but it's for the most part reliable. So you have directions, map, satellite as usual, but there are a few tiny differences. I'm not sure if you caught. There were 3 options before: map, hybrid, satellite. Hybrid is now gone. This is something that I lament because that was what I used as my default. It was nice. It was, it's not a deal breaker. It's not. I miss it. Some things will be gone. I miss it, but it's not. Oh, I'm not getting a MacBook. No, it's gone. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But here is a new, I want to say feature, but it's really not. There is this 3D toggle button now present, which I'm not sure why it's here because, correct me if I'm wrong, but 3D toggling was available in one way or another in Mavericks OS. I am quite sure of this, but there's now a button. So yeah, that exists. And in general, I feel Yosemite is a good solid step forward. Some of the functionality differences come in where if you take your 2 fingers and you swipe from off of the mouse pad to on it, you get what Apple has finally adopted, not just in Yosemite, but in iOS as well. Live widgets. You can actually go here. Let's access the Facebook widget. Oops. Let's get that back out here. Facebook widget. You can actually post from here. Posting from Facebook Live widget in Yosemite. Post. And that cool send-off sound to let you know that your post has just been on a plane and it's on its way to Facebook headquarters to be posted. This is nice. This is a nice addition, and you can add and edit more widgets. So let me add my calculator widget because I am just not good at math. Done. And by the way, so you could go to the App Store to find more widgets. So right here, instead of having to go all the way over to the dashboard and do your calculations here, you just swipe over. Oh, I wonder what 697 times 14,000 is. Hey, I know, it's 9,758,000. Duh! Right there at your fingertips. This is the best functional upgrade I've seen so far with my experience from Mavericks to Yosemite. It's really nice. The weather is right here. A very, very nice addition. Notifications that you can, of course, just dismiss. But and the spotlight feature, new spotlight. So instead of just a pull down bar in the top right corner where it used to be up here, you get a large search bar, kind of reminiscent of Bing in a way. So let's look up something. Let's look up PewDiePie. That's the term of the day. PewDiePie. Did I spell it right? PewDiePie. It will actually search your email. It will search the web. It will search everything for you. Or I could just search for an application in my drawer. Let's say League of Legends, that Troll Fest. It brings up the top hit, which is the application that I have. Yes, I do play. The dictionary, my mail and messages, everything necessary that you could possibly be searching for. Nice, right? So let's close that out. And I could go from application to application to application for the next 20 minutes explaining the thousands of differences between Mavericks and Yosemite, but the general theme is pretty much the same. Now, why I'm talking aesthetics mostly is because most of the functionality differences that they brought with Yosemite came along with iOS. They really wanted to help improve the Apple ecosystem to make it as good as possible. So if you have an Apple computer, an Apple phone, an Apple tablet, an Apple MP4 player, then your ecosystem is rock solid. It's perfect. Oh, I just got a message from my girlfriend. I'll send back after this. It is sealed tight perfect. But with that commitment to one's ecosystem, I believe there is a sacrifice in there somewhere. For instance, someone like me, and I can hear the church bells ringing already. I can hear that the bell tolls for me. But I carry an Android device as my primary phone. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, JD. Oh my God. The Apple ecosystem is so amazing. You need to experience that. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know. I'm stupid. But let's just indulge me for a second. I carry an Android device. And I have a MacBook. Let's just say I have a MacBook or am thinking about getting one. I do not benefit from upgrading from Mavericks to Yosemite or from purchasing a new MacBook as much as someone who has an Apple phone and an iPad and an iShoes and iStuff, because they focus centrifugally on the Apple ecosystem. Now that's great if you own all that stuff, but what if you don't? Then you begin to think, well, that's only for people with an iPhone already, or iPad already, or iStuff already. I miss out because I chose something different. Now, I see where they're going. I like what they're doing and everything, but will that affect their bottom line? Will Android users or Windows users be deterred because there's nothing for them to be found in the new operating system? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm far gone crazy. Maybe I'm bat crap insane. Maybe that's just how my brain works. But nevertheless, my name is JD. This has been Brainworks, and I'm signing off.